Welcome to Africa.
As the second largest continent in the world, stretching from the Mediterranean Sea down to the Cape of Good Hope, it is also considered the cradle of humanity, with a history spanning millions of years. Despite harsh conditions, vast stretches of the Sahara Desert, and extreme climate variations, this land still preserves some of the most untouched ecosystems on Earth. Across the savanna grasslands, massive migrations take place in natural cycles, becoming one of the most remarkable biological phenomena on the planet. At the same time, people have adapted in their own ways, from mud-built homes in Mali to circular kraal villages scattered across the grasslands. And this journey begins where that raw power is most clearly revealed. Victoria Falls, Zambia, on the Zambezi River flowing through southern Africa. Victoria Falls lies exactly on the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. For centuries, local people have called it Mosi Oatunya, a vivid description of the massive volume of water plunging from a height of over 100 meters, creating a roar that can be heard from dozens of kilometers away. Stretching nearly 1.7 kilometers, the waterfall does not concentrate at a single point, but forms a continuous curtain of water dropping into a narrow basalt gorge below. Over millions of years, the Zambezi has carved through volcanic rock, creating a zigzag system of gorges downstream, causing the river to constantly change direction within a confined space. Right at the edge of the falls is Devil's Pool, a natural rock pool that appears only during the dry season from September to December. Here, visitors can swim right at the edge of the drop, where a natural rock lip holds back the water before it plunges down, creating an experience that is both thrilling and almost unreal. Not far away, the Victoria Falls Bridge, completed in 1905, spans a gorge about 128 meters deep, connecting Zambia and Zimbabwe. From here, the entire waterfall opens up in a wide view, while also serving as a popular spot for activities such as bungee jumping in a dramatic setting. Local culture is closely tied to the Leya people in Mukuni village. They preserve their belief in the river god Nyami Nyami through traditional dances and the Windy Rain Calling Festival. Visitors can also experience local life by trying inshima, a thick maize porridge, served with freshly grilled bream fish from the Zambezi River. Leaving behind the thunder of falling water, let the ocean breeze guide you to where granite formations tell the story of the sea. Seychelles Islands. In the heart of the Indian Ocean, about 1,600 kilometers off the east coast of Africa, Seychelles is an archipelago of 115 islands. known for its rare ancient granite geology, completely different from the volcanic islands in the region. This foundation creates large, smoothly curved rock formations along the coastline, forming the signature visual identity of Seychelles. Mahé Island, the largest island, serves as the center of the archipelago, where the landscape shifts quickly from tropical mountains to open beaches. Here, many high-end resorts are built along hillsides or right by the shore, using open architecture with wood, natural stone, and sloped roofs to blend into the environment. A highlight not to miss is Anne's Source d'Argent on La Digue Island. More than just a beach, it is like a natural art maze, where pale pink granite boulders stack and divide shallow, crystal-clear lagoons. Deep within Praslin Island lies Vallée de Mai, a UNESCO site that preserves the legendary Coco de Mer palm, producing massive coconuts weighing up to 30 kilograms. This place is often called a true Garden of Eden, where time seems to have stood still since the Cretaceous period. Travel in Seychelles balances relaxation and exploration. Popular activities include snorkeling, diving, and island hopping by boat or small aircraft. Local culture reflects influences from Africa, France, and India, seen in Creole music, festivals like Festival Creole, and cuisine featuring grilled fish, coconut curry, and tropical spices. Leaving behind the white sandy shores, the journey rises toward the clouds to reach a snow-capped peak in the heart of a tropical continent. Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Rising from the plains of northern Tanzania, Mount Kilimanjaro is the highest mountain in Africa at 5,895 meters. It is a dormant stratovolcano formed over 1 million years ago, consisting of 3 main peaks, Kibo, Mavenzi, and Shira. What makes it extraordinary is the presence of permanent ice near the equator, a natural paradox that challenges and fascinates explorers. From afar, the mountain appears with a snow-covered summit year-round, while at its base lies a hot landscape inhabited by elephants, giraffes, and antelopes. This contrast makes Kilimanjaro one of the most powerful visual symbols of Africa. Kibo Peak, the highest point, is the main goal for climbers. The ascent does not require advanced technical skills, but it takes several days to adapt to the altitude. The highlight is not the climb itself, but reaching Uhuru Peak at sunrise, when the sun rises above a sea of clouds and lights up the vast plains below. Beyond the physical challenge, Kilimanjaro carries symbolic meaning in East African culture. for the Chaga people living at its base. The mountain is tied to legends and serves as a vital water source for the region. It is not just a destination, but a journey through multiple natural worlds within a single experience. If given the chance, would you choose to climb it or simply admire it from afar? Following the steep slopes downward, the path opens into a modern coastal city where culture and history meet the ocean. Cape Town, South Africa. Located at the southwestern tip of South Africa, Cape Town developed around Table Bay, where the city sits by the sea and is backed by a dramatic mountain range. Founded in the 17th century as a maritime supply station, it has grown into one of Africa's most important travel destinations. The city is closely tied to Table Mountain, a flat-topped massif rising just behind the center. A cable car takes visitors over 1,000 meters up in minutes, revealing a panoramic view of the bay, harbor, and city below. Late afternoon is the best time to visit, when the low light highlights the coastline and urban layout. At the foot of the mountain, Bokiep offers a completely different atmosphere. Rows of brightly colored houses line the slopes, reflecting the Cape Malay community from colonial times. Many local tours include food experiences, introducing dishes rich in spices along with the neighborhood's historical stories. Cape Town is also known for its vibrant cultural life. The Cape Town Carnival takes place annually with parades, music, and colorful costumes, reflecting the city's diversity. Markets like V&A Waterfront and Old Biscuit Mill combine food, crafts, and contemporary art. Leaving behind the rhythm of the port city, the journey turns toward ancient wonders that have endured for thousands of years. Pyramids of Giza, Egypt. Located on the western edge of Cairo, the Giza Pyramid Complex was built around 4,500 years ago during the time of ancient Egyptian pharaohs. It is one of the oldest surviving structures and the only remaining wonder of the ancient world that still stands largely intact today. At the center is the Great Pyramid of Khufu, originally about 146 meters tall and constructed from more than 2 million stone blocks. Beyond its massive scale, the structure demonstrates remarkable precision, with its sides almost perfectly aligned with the 4 cardinal directions. Nearby, the pyramids of Khafra and Menkaure form a clear composition across the vast desert, where spacing and positioning were carefully calculated. In front of the complex stands the Great Sphinx, about 73 meters long, with the body of a lion and the head of a human, symbolizing the power of the pharaoh. From this point, the pyramids align along a straight axis, especially visible in the early morning or late afternoon when long shadows stretch across the sand. Visitors can walk among the pyramids or ride camels across the plateau. The best time to visit is at sunrise or sunset, when the temperature is cooler and the stone turns into a distinctive golden-orange tone. If you visit during the Abu Simbel festival, you can better understand how ancient Egyptians aligned their structures with sunlight. Leaving behind these timeless structures, the Golden Desert gives way to a cooler green space hidden deep within towering mountain landscapes. Chefchaouen, Morocco. Nestled against the Rif Mountains in northern Morocco, Chefchaouen was founded in 1471 as a fortress, later developing into a settlement for Muslim and Jewish communities migrating from Spain. The city follows the natural slope of the terrain, with layered houses and narrow pathways connected by stairways. The Medina is the most important part, where the urban structure remains largely unchanged. Low-rise houses with thick walls and small doors are painted in various shades of blue, both for religious meaning and to help reduce heat. Narrow alleys winding along the mountainside create constantly shifting light, forming clear visual frames, which is why most visitors spend time walking and photographing here. At the center of the Medina is Plaza Uta El Hammam, a rare open space surrounded by the Kasbah with red stone walls and a square tower, along with the main mosque. This is where cafes and local activities gather, often serving as a stop before continuing to explore the surrounding alleys. Above the city, the Spanish mosque sits on a hill opposite, with simple architecture, white walls, and a red-tiled roof. From here, you get the clearest panoramic view, especially in the late afternoon when the light softens the blue tones and Chefchaouen appears layered against the mountains. If you stood here at sunset, what moment would you capture? From the dreamy blue streets, a new breeze carries the rich scent of spices from a distant island waiting ahead. Zanzibar, Tanzania. Like a gem set in the blue waters of the Indian Ocean, Zanzibar is an archipelago long connected to historic spice trade routes. Among its islands, Unguja serves as the main hub, where tourism activities concentrate and the blend of African, Arab, and Indian cultures is most clearly expressed. Stonetown is built from coral stone, with narrow streets forming a maze-like layout. The most distinctive feature is the large wooden doors with intricate carvings, found on many buildings in the old town. Visitors often explore on foot, moving through small alleys where light shifts with every turn and the space constantly changes. Beyond the old town, Zanzibar opens into long beaches with clear water, especially along the eastern and northern coasts. These areas host resorts with low-rise architecture, thatched roofs, and open spaces facing the ocean. Bungalows are often placed right by the shore, combining relaxation with activities like kayaking or simply enjoying private beachfront views. Offshore, Manemba Atoll is a top diving location where coral reefs and rich marine ecosystems support snorkeling and diving. Clear water, calm conditions, and good visibility make it a popular destination for day trips. Local culture is reflected in the Mwaka Kogwa festival, where the community reenacts traditional rituals to mark the end of the year. The cuisine also shows cultural fusion, with dishes like Zanzibar pizza and uroho soup, often enjoyed at coastal night markets. After the memories of the old town, the journey continues to raw volcanic islands where geological forces still shape the landscape in silence. Cape Verde. About 600 kilometers off the coast of Senegal, Cape Verde is a volcanic archipelago of 10 main islands formed by geological activity beneath the ocean floor. Unlike lush tropical destinations, the landscape here is dry, rocky, and windy, with mountain ranges, volcanic craters, and dark sand beaches creating a distinctive appearance. Sal is the most popular stop, where tourism is centered around Santa Maria. Resorts line the coast with open designs facing directly toward the ocean. Strong winds year-round make it one of the top kitesurfing destinations, while many visitors choose to relax and enjoy beach activities in a spacious and less crowded setting. In contrast, Mindelo on São Vicente Island has a more urban character. The city reflects Portuguese-influenced architecture, with squares, balconies, and open spaces facing the harbor. Music is part of daily life here, especially Morna, creating a rhythm that sets it apart from the other islands. On Santo Antão, the landscape shifts to high mountains and deep valleys. Trekking routes follow mountain slopes, passing through small villages and terraced fields, offering a more immersive exploration experience rather than a resort-style stay. Leaving behind the rolling waves, step into the absolute stillness of red sand dunes glowing under the intense sunlight. Sossusvlei, Namibia. Hidden deep within the Namib Desert, one of the oldest deserts in the world, over 55 million years old, Sossusvlei lies within Namibia National Park. This is where some of the tallest red sand dunes on Earth are found, formed from iron-rich sand oxidized over time, creating colors that shift throughout the day depending on the light. Sossusvlei is a dry clay pan where the Seychelles River once flowed, but is now blocked by massive dunes. The landscape is defined by dunes rising from 200 to over 300 meters, surrounding a flat white surface, creating a striking contrast between red sand, pale ground, and blue sky. The most iconic feature here is Verde, with its white clay floor and the remains of camel thorn trees that died hundreds of years ago, preserved in the dry environment. From here, many visitors climb Big Daddy, a dune over 300 meters high, to take in the entire landscape, where layers of sand stretch endlessly into the distance. Travel in Sossusvlei revolves around light. Sunrise and sunset are the most important moments, when shadows create strong lines across the sand. Most of the journey involves traveling by 4x4 vehicles and walking deep into the basin. As the last grains of sand fade away, a world of faith and resilience carved into solid rock awaits ahead. The journey across these lands comes to a close, but the images and emotions will likely stay much longer. From the endless red dunes of Namibia, the calm blue tones of Chefchaouen, to ancient structures that have stood the test of time, each place is not just a destination, but a unique fragment of the world. Every step taken is not only about exploring landscapes, but also about understanding people, cultures, and values preserved over centuries. If there is one place in this journey that makes you want to visit the most, where would it be? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to continue exploring future journeys together. Thank you for staying until the end, and see you in the next video.